What is up, guys? It's Nelson here from Jolly Roger Airsoft, and today we're going to be talking about defensive fundamentals. It's important to know how to defend your positions properly, because if you can, then your unit will be a reliable and dependable force on the battlefield. You can be the most skilled attackers in the world, but if you can't hold what you take, then you aren't helping anybody out there. As a rule of thumb, the defender has a 3-to-1 advantage over the attackers when fortified. This means that one defender is worth 3 attackers. There is no doubt that a properly planned and coordinated defense is far stronger than an attack of equal strength. As stated by this Army guide, while the offensive is the most decisive combat operation, the defense is the stronger type. The inherent strengths of the defense include the defender's ability to occupy his positions before the attack and use the available time to prepare his defenses. This is one of the key advantages of defending. The defender can build his fortifications until the enemy engages. However, to gain this strength, the defender sacrifices much of its potential and natural violence of action, and the initiative, becoming a largely reactive force. A well-coordinated attack will suppress the defense and render any fortification the defender may build useless. When defending, you cannot afford to lose flexibility. Do not be afraid to counterattack if your opponent gives you an opportunity. Use the principles of violence of action to your advantage whenever possible. This goes for all combat operations. To plan a defensive operation, you need to be able to understand the attacker's mindset. Where is he coming from? Which route will provide the best cover? You need to consider a variety of factors. What are you defending? Are you defending a town, a hill, a trench, or is it an objective like a bomb or a cache? You need to build your plan around what you have to defend. You can defend a hill, but that doesn't do you no good if the bomb is in the valley in front of you. You also need to consider what you know about the enemy force. How is he equipped? How many men are you facing? Take into account any friendly units to your flanks or reserve, as well as support like mortars or airstrike. If you have these, use these to your advantage to strengthen your defense, and if not, you need to account for that. Examine the terrain you are on. You want to hold the high ground and avoid being in the low ground, because when you're on the high ground you can observe the enemy's movements and you can fire down on them. But if you're in the low ground, then the enemy has a superior position to you because they can fire down into your position. You need to have adequate cover and defilade where you are. You need to be able to avoid fire. But at the same time, you don't want to be skylining or presenting an easy target by cresting a hill or ridge. That means just standing up because you'll silhouette yourself and give your enemy an easy target. Identify the possible routes of retreat as well, because you're not superhuman. You might have to retreat, and it's better to have a route planned if that needs to happen. Finally, consider how your unit is doing on casualties and ammo. If you're running low on ammo, then you might not want to defend a place instead of just getting out of there. When it comes down to it, the best way to plan for a defensive operation is to put yourself in the shoes of the attacker. If you know how to attack, then you can determine what the most effective defense will be. Let's take a look at this example. Your squad is on the hill, designated by the green circles. To the north is a dead zone. You can easily pick off any enemy that goes there because there's really no cover out there. To the south, there's a hill, rocks, and 2 forests that provide the enemy avenues of approach. You need to focus most of your fire in these areas because they're the most likely areas the enemy will attack from, because they can get cover and they won't be in the open. They can suppress, move, that kind of thing instead of overwatch positions. So focus your fire there to make sure that you can cover the main areas of approach. That being said, don't turn around and look away ignore the field, because they could try and sneak up on the field, because that would be not what you're expecting, and then you get shot in the back. So always maintain that kind of awareness when you're defending a position. Once you have your defense set up, you need to coordinate the units under your command. Make sure that all avenues of approach are identified and covered. You need to have 360 degrees of coverage around your position. If you have adjacent allied units, those sectors are covered by them. Basically, they're covering your rear in the same way that you are. As long as they are on your flanks, you'll be okay, and you don't have to have people watching your rear. The most important thing here is that no sectors are left uncovered to avoid the enemy sneaking up on you. Position your heavy weapons, your automatic rifles, your machine guns, etc., in places where they can cover wider sectors because they can lay down more fire. Take this hill as an example. You have 360-degree coverage around this hill, with the AR in the middle looking over the 3 avenues of approach. He can give fire in any of the main ways that the enemy is probably going to approach. If you need to fire on that smaller hill, where the enemy is trying to set up an overwatch position, this area can fall at both riflemen and AR's field of fire, and no other sectors are uncovered. You can suppress that hill, no problem. So, some final notes. The enemy is trying to suppress you. That's their goal. If they suppress you, then they win. You need to gain that fire superiority and prevent them from maneuvering it well. Pin the attackers down, pick them off, and turn the tables with a counterattack. That's how you can win on the defensive. Take any advantage you can get, whether it's hills, covers, streams, whatever you can use to your advantage, use it to strengthen your position. You need to know how the attacker thinks, and if you can understand how he thinks, you'll be able to build an effective and formidable defense. Alright, so thanks for watching this next installment of our basic infantry tactics guides. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm enjoying making them because it forces me to research a lot and learn more things about these tactics and stuff. So, next time we're going to be going over an introduction to mount, which is a major segment of this kind of thing. Deep subject. We're just going to touch the scrape the top. Introduction to mount. Like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. If you have any suggestions for new episodes, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace out.